Hey man, we've been tracking these storms all morning long. This is the final round, but this thing is lit up from north to south with severe thunderstorm warnings. One line of rain and wind and lightning, but there are pockets of hail, and there's even one small rotation in northeastern Johnson County pushing into parts of Pope County and could eventually get to Newton County. Very weak rotation, but it is something that is trying to spin a little bit. Let's take a closer look at some of these cells. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings for Johnson County, Logan County, and Scott County. Things are getting a bit messier right now as the trajectory of the storms kind of follows the actual cold front. When that starts to happen, you start to weaken this boundary, but we still have some pockets of hail because there's still some cold air. In fact, there's a really good pocket of hail with some of that circulation just north and east of Clarksville. We've got another one just on the northeast side of Paris, and then another small pocket of hail right over Waldron, but it looks like that has been really weakening over time. You can see the trend as it comes into downtown Waldron right now. All right, so let's take a closer look outside of Clarksville. You're headed towards Hagerville and Holman. This is coming off Highway 123. This is right over the Strawberry Bluffs, which is just north and east of Clarksville. This hail pocket will continue to go farther into the Boston Mountains. We've got Bullfrog Valley and Silix that we could get some of this hail that's coming towards the north and east. Pocket of lightning with it too. So very loud, very noisy. But this is now done for Clarksville. Clarksville, we still have some rain and maybe some rumbles of thunder, but the severe threat is definitely waning for us. We have a little rotation right over Bullfrog Valley, and then hail back off towards the west there towards Hagerville and Holman coming off of Arkansas 123. You've got the Strawberry Bluffs, you've got the Wonderless Falls just out here going up 123. So something to watch out for deep in the Boston Mountains, but that is exiting the area. We've got another small hail pocket in Scranton. Now this one's going to try to come at us on the south side of Clarksville. There towards the, let's say the Atwoods, headed south towards the Walmart Supercenter. So you're right next to I-40 there at the interstate where you got the KFC and the McDonald's there just south of, or actually on the north side of the interstate, but you head south towards 103, you go past the Walmart and the Arby's, and you head south towards the Arkansas River is where we're going to be watching some of this hail come in. It's just crossing the Arkansas River right now over Morrison Bluff and coming out of Scranton. They're off of 109. It looks like 109. I'm looking at some data off to the side. We've got some slowdowns on 109, which is the Morrison Bluff Bridge that takes you over between Morrison Bluff and Scranton and then into the Clarksville area. So we've got some hail, we got some lightning, and there's some heavy rain too. So some more hail could try to come at us in Clarksville, but there's two different cells. The one off towards the north we don't have to worry about anymore. For Clarksville, it looks like a new scan just came in. It looks like we've got maybe some ping pong sized ball hail coming into the Boston Mountains. They're just east of let's just say just east of the Strawberry Bluffs and headed towards Bullfrog Valley, and then another hail pocket in Logan County. One in Scranton, maybe some hail trying to pick up there between Paris and Subiaco there across 109 or 22. So watch out for that. In Subiaco and Shoal Creek, there could be a little bit of small hail, but then the larger hail that's maybe up to about quarter size coming in from Scranton over towards Morrison Bluff and then headed over the Morrison Bluff Bridge. All right, let's head south. Let's go to Scott County. This one has been a little bit weaker, still severe thunderstorm warning, but it looks like we have maybe some small hail over Waldron and then headed on the east side of town, just crossed over 71. This will continue to head right along 248 and 80, there past the Pilot Prairie, and then headed in between some of the Boston Mountains there, some of the northern fringes of the Ouachitas. You can see the terrain. So we're going to come outside of town on 80 and 248 there past Mount Pleasant, and then the Poteau River, Lake 5. We've got the lake right here. You can see that lake right there. So it looks like we're just maybe south of it's kind of where the Poteau River starts its course, and or one of its courses, and maybe just south of that towards the Waldron Country Club, and then south towards Mount Pleasant and Prairie, Pilot Prairie is where we'll watch some of this hail coming in, but it's mainly on the east side of town. Once you have past the Poteau River District area. So this is on the east side of Waldron, headed eastbound. All right, let's take you wide view again with some wind. This shows you the velocity on the radar. We have some wind coming across Logan County and eastern Johnson County up to 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. The rotation that we had a little bit earlier is now crossing into Pope County right now. So it was just something that we were watching, a slight rotation with it, but it's now pressing east, getting out of 5 country. But we still have some general wind across Logan County, mainly from Subiaco, Shoal Creek, Scranton. Some wind for us. The wind is slowly trying to calm down in Paris after we've had some rain and storms pass on through. We still have some rolling rumbles of thunder across Logan County, so it may be still kind of loud, but these storms are continuing to press east there towards the river, and then eventually Russellville will be next with some of these storms as they move east towards your jurisdiction. And then as you head south into Scott County, we still have that severe thunderstorm warning, but it's a lot weaker towards the south. That's kind of interesting right there. We'll still watch some of these cells over the course of the morning. We have to keep bouncing in between live streams and CBS coverage, so that's why you see kind of lots of different live streams taking place, so that might make it a little confusing, but we'll watch these cells as they push east. Here's a closer look at that rotation that we have north and east of Bullfrog Valley. This one has also had some hail, mainly just north and west of the rotation itself, so it's deep in the Boston Mountains. And then you head south, Logan County, rain starting to break up a lit towards to west, but right here in the leading edge, we have some of that heavy rain and some gusty winds and some small hail there towards Scranton, and maybe even coming into Clarksville just a little bit. Knoxville, Lamar, you could be getting some hail and some wind here shortly, or it's already starting to rain a little bit. And then north into Scott County, we have, or south into Scott County, we have some of that rain pushing across Waldron and Tate right now. So this is the final wave, and then guys, we're done. Northwest Arkansas, we're in the clear. Fort Smith, Van Buren, we're in the clear. Poteau, Van Buren, we're in the clear. Looking a lot better in Greenwood, too. This is the final round. If you live in Johnson, Scott, and Logan counties, you just have to be on the lookout for more rain for the next 45 minutes or so. Some gusty winds, some lightning, and sometimes some hail. If I back up real quick, we'll take one more look at that hail core that we have crossing the Arkansas River right there by Morrison Bluff. We could get some small hail in Clarksville, and then the other hail pocket, the larger one, is now deep into the Boston Mountains. So that's some good news. These hail pockets continue to have a weakening trend, which is good news. Make sure you keep it local, keep it here. As always, we'll keep you advised.